our guest is with us in the studio. Thrilled to say that we welcome Honey Dijon to the show. Hello.
Good morning, Sugar. How are you?
Good morning. I'm really good. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking yesterday, I was like, maybe I've never met Honey Dijon in the morning.
No one has.
No.
Except the walk of shame from the club.
This is the
That's
first
the only way.
time.
That
and
is.
I love that when you came through the door, you were like, child.
Child. These hours, I'm normally still in my casket at these hours, darling. Rolling over.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Well,
Please.
thank you for having me.
First thing in the morning. Well, we're so
Yes.
excited to have you on because
Well, thank
I've wanted you on the show for ages. I've been bothering you for
I know
nearly 2 years.
you've been in my inbox for centuries asking me to do this, but darling, these hours are fierce.
But we did it.
We
finally
made it
did
happen. We manifested.
We made it happen. Well,
Right.
thank you. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
We've got a brand new album that
We
we can
do.
expect in April. We want to talk
Yes.
about this takeover that you're doing at the Tate.
That is correct.
But before that, I want to hear this morning routine.
Oh,
because you just
right,
said,
because, I had to go to bed. Normally, I'm cleaning my house at 10 p.m. at night, and so to go to bed at that time, I needed a little assistance.
Mm-hmm.
But we made it work. My morning routine is quite intense because I wake up, the first thing I do is light incense around the house because I have to
yes.
create an environment. And then I do hot water with tea. And then I do my ginger and turmeric shots. And then I take amino acids for my workout. Then I have my pre-workout drink. I have 17 tonics before I even get to the bathroom. And then I do my hour Peloton, and then I either do yoga or I do training, and that's before noon.
I'm obsessed.
I know.
I am obsessed with the morning of
you got to
Honey
keep it
Dijon.
tight, honey. I got to sell it to the 18-year-olds. So I got to keep this product together, sealed
that's why
and tucked.
You look like that.
Well,
that's why.
I look like this. It's called money.
I've just invested in this, my satellite.
I just bought a satellite, actually.
Yeah, we've been talking about it before on the show. So this is my morning. You remember the sun?
What is that?
That's to
I
pretend
moved
to be
to
the sun.
I moved to London 3 years ago, and I'm like, where's the sun?
No, she'll come soon.
She'll come soon.
How are you enjoying London? Because I know when you first did it, because you came from Berlin.
I lived 6 years in Berlin. Before that, I'm a New Yorker. No matter where I live, I'm a New Yorker, and I've been living in London for the last 3 years.
And are you enjoying the London life?
London has been so lovely to me. I feel like my art is being taken seriously here. It's such a great cultural musical city. House music is still treated with so much love and respect. So I feel at home in a lot of ways. And I have a lovely villa.
Oh, a villa.
That's what the kids in New York used to call it. It didn't matter if you lived in a shoebox. Honey, it was still a villa.
It's a villa.
It's a villa.
Honey Dijon villa.
Yes.
And has it affected what you want to play when you're playing out or what you want to make? And did Berlin have the same effect on you? I presume
Well, of
so.
course.
Yeah.
I mean, the trifecta, right? New York, Berlin, London, Chicago. Yes, of course, the environment plays a big part in how I present music. But London has such a long, rich history with house music going all the way back to the late 80s, with Frankie Knuckles and Marshall Jefferson and all of those. In fact, the Hacienda in Manchester. So I feel like there's always been that heritage and that connection and that through line with house music.
Yeah.
In Berlin, for sure, it definitely opened my mind up more to sort of minimal techno and more sonics. We have this thing in New York where we say, New York was all about the feeling and Berlin was all about the sonics. So I care more about how music feels and how it sounds because a lot of early house music was so raw and dirty and gritty. Which, I come from the South Side, honey. That's how we like it.
That's how we like it.
We like our things a little rough around the edges, a little raw. But yeah, London has been great. There's jazz, there's garage, there's hip hop. There's so many musical expressions here. So of course it infiltrates my music.
Before we talk about the new record, can we go back? Because I wondered how, I sort of know a bit of your potted history, but I would love to hear what it was. What was your entry point to music? Who were those artists? What were the records?
My entry points to music were my parents. My parents were partiers. They used to have basement parties. And so I would sit on the edge of the stairs, I could sit and hear the party until it was time for my bedtime. And I just loved the sound of the clanking of the glasses, the laughter. You could smell the cigarette smoke wafting up the stairs. And, my parents were really into, we called it consciousness music, basically like Roberta Flack, Chaka Khan, Isaac Hayes, The Whispers, Donna Summer. So I say they were my first introduction to music. And then, I started, my mother hates it. She thinks she's such a bad parent. I started sneaking out to clubs at 13. Because back then it was subculture, right? And it wasn't policed or monetized or, it was mainly people of color and queer people. And so most places were juice bars. And so I was able to get a fake ID. Because we're clever like that, so we could sneak in. But it wasn't alcohol; it was just juice bars and stuff like. But there was a special punch. I'll just leave it. There was a special punch that got you in the mood. A little libation, and I found my people through that. Because a lot of early house music parties were in high school auditoriums, specifically Catholic high school. Imagine the most debaucherous music and clubs culture started in high schools, Yeah,
in like Catholic high
school auditoriums. So I was introduced to DJs through that, and that was my introduction. And they were playing disco, and I just fell in love with the sound of South Soul and West End and Prelude. And so, I always say I was really fortunate. I could have been born any time in history, and I was born during the house Renaissance. And so that was my introduction. And then I was such a weirdo, I was with a band of weirdos, and I found my people through subcultures, like most kids. You know,
it's
what you wore,
when you
what you listen to,
and when you find it on the dance floor as well, and you feel that feeling of being out, and you're like, "This is it. I'm here. This is who I am."
I remember specifically, and most people think I'm Shirley MacLaine when I say this. If you don't know who Shirley MacLaine is, Google. That's what Google is for. But I remember specifically, I got so lost in the music that I sort of had this out-of-body experience, and I saw myself physically dancing. And I said to myself right then and there, I don't care how I do it, when I do it, or how I'm going to make a living, but I wanted this to be a part of my life forever. And that's when I fell in love with it. And so but I've done everything else besides stand on a street corner before I have stood on a couple of street corners. But that's another story.
But I
digress.
I like that you knew that was your dream, and that was
that wasn't my dream. That
was
was just my education.
Yeah,
street corners.
Yeah. Hey, we always ask our guests to pick a heart racer.
Yes.
Tell us what we're going to hear this morning. Before we hear music from you, what have we gone for this morning?
I think I Let the Music Use You by the Night Riders, which is actually an alias of Frankie Knuckles.
Yes.
And it's one of my favorite house tunes ever in the world. And whenever I hear it, when you just have music that just brings you so much joy. And the one thing that music has done for me, it's gotten me through bad times, it's gotten me through good times. It has always been a reliable friend.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it. The choice of our guest, Honey Dijon, with us on 6 this morning. We're going to talk about that Tate takeover, the brand new record as well. But first,
let the music use you.
Let the music use you. Exactly. The choice on 6 this morning. Honey Dijon is with us as our guest. That is the Night Riders, and Let the Music Use You, of course.
Yes.
So much love, of course, coming in for that. And also for you, honey, as well.
Oh, thanks, honey. I'll take as much as I can get.
Well, you're going to get it right now. James saying, I absolutely love Honey Dijon and love this Heart Racer, one of my favourite house tunes of all time. Please give my love to Honey. Megan as well saying, loving hearing Honey's story this morning. An incredible story and a talent. And also this Heart Racer, epic for a Thursday morning. I really like this text that just says, Honey Dijon, show now.
Exactement.
Right?
Like, let's get into it, honey.
Let's make it. Come on.
Yes, let's
do it.
Let's add another zero to the hero.
Let's get
the
it
more
happening.
the merrier, honey. Let's keep it pumping.
Laurie's saying as well, new life goal is to be greeted by Honey Dijon with a hello, sugar.
No, it's like, hello, sugar. You got to get it sweet, baby. Sugar. Hello, sugar. Doesn't it just get you moist in the morning? I mean that in a very moisturizing way. Metaphorically. Do with that as you will.
Metaphorically moist.
Metaphorically, yes.
Anyway, hey, we should talk about your brand new album.
Yes,
the Nightlife.
Yes.
Where did it begin, and what was the intention? And is there a point, or do you start and you figure it out along the way?
Well, it's not so much. I've always believed in an album concept. I know now the new trend is to make singles, but I love telling a story and I love a body of work. And for me, Nightlife has always been a sanctuary, right? Especially for queer people. Like, Nightlife is not just something for entertainment. It's how we find community. It's how we do self-expression. It's how we find our tribe. And so I wanted to do a celebration of that. And I've worked with so many incredible people. I've had the blessing to work with Green Tea Pang, with Chloe Bailey, Jacob Lusk, Matinarrative, so many incredibly talented artists. And I just wanted it to be a celebration and a tribute to Nightlife because I take it very seriously. It's not just a place, for me, it was never entertainment. It was always culture. And so I just want to keep that conversation going.
Yeah, well, it's so important and so valid.
It's very important, especially in our political landscape today. And we need places where people can feel free.
Absolutely.
And so that's what clubbing and nightlife is for me. It's always been a celebration.
And that essence
release.
And release.
And release from the day to day, baby, because the day to day gets you together and you got to have some place to tear it apart.
Amen. Come on.
Yes, honey, the dance floor. Yes.
But yeah, when you talk about like community and that sense of community, I mean, I was talking about this to a friend the other day saying, do you remember like, pre-Instagram, hello?
Yeah.
Like the only time we would see each other interact or know what was going on was like Wednesday we went here, Thursday we went here, Friday we went here, Saturday we went there.
When I lived in New York, I went out literally 7 nights a week. I kid you not. The only time I used my apartment was for sleeping, barely, and it was actually a storage for my clothes, and then I would just come home and wash my bits and get out. But yeah, community is so important, and especially for marginalized people. That's how we find ourselves. And it's very important. I found so many incredible people on the dance floor, lifelong friends, and moments that I'll have with my life forever in my lifetime, and so I take the dance floor seriously.
Good, I'm glad. Yes. We need you to, please. We had Kevin Saunderson with us on the show.
Oh, I love Kev.
And he was talking about, his journey through clubbing and being on dance floors and how important it was. Yeah. And we asked him this, and I'd love to ask you as well. Like, what do you think the sort of the glory years of clubbing were for you personally? Was there a snapshot in time or maybe a particular dance floor where you're like, that's...
Well, obviously my dance floors.
Any Honey Dijon one?
Yeah, I've been really lucky, I've heard some of the best to ever do it. And, my bestie is Derek Carter, and he's one of the most incredible DJs that have ever walked the planet. And the same with Danny Tenalia. And I've heard Francois Kevorkian. And, living in New York, you've heard so many incredible people. And the dance floor was just like, I got exposed to so many different sonic things, right? I could just go on and on and on. But I think the biggest or most important memory that I have was when Danny used to do these parties at Winter Music Conference at Groove Jet. And it was just magical. It was just, and also, it's so funny, I had to get up so early. I remember taking disco naps. Does anyone know what a disco nap is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
I used to have a regular job. People don't believe me, but I used to have I've waited tables, I've danced on bars, I've worked retail, I was a hotel phone operator, and I always took the midnight shift so I could stay on that biorhythm, so I could stay up all night and then go to the party. So anyway, that's another story. But anyway, those Groove Jet events were so legendary and major, and I just remember seeing so many incredible artists from Kevin Aviance to Ultra Tate and hearing all this new music being broken, and it was just magical. So those were probably my golden days. And seeing Green Velvet perform Flash, and then Yoko Ono got on the mic. Child, the situations were situationing. Got on the mic at
Green Velvet show.
Green Velvet to play when Danny had done his remix of Flash, which is one of my favorite techno records ever. But then Yoko Ono doing Walking on Thin Ice from the DJ booth. And this is when you couldn't, this is before the music was the star and not the DJ, right? Like you couldn't even see the DJ. It was just the music. And out of nowhere, you would just, wait a minute, is that Yoko? Like, it was, your mind was blown. And I've had my mind blown a couple of times, but that was really special and spiritual.
I want to ask you as well about the Tate takeover that you're going to be doing.
Mother has made it to the Tate, darling. Get into it.
The Tate.
From the south side of Chicago to the Tate.
Yes. So you're doing a takeover.
I am doing a takeover. I curated a night of music, community, and I'm showing my Polaroids. For the last 10 years, I've been sort of documenting my life, and that's been inspired by one of my favorite artists, Andy Warhol, used to just record and document everything, and I sort of took that on and made it personal for me. So because they call it social mobility, darling. I go between fashion and nightclubbing and art and so many different social situations. And so I just decided to get a Polaroid camera and started taking pictures. And so it sort of tells a story. It goes from celebrity to drag to nightlife to art. And so because I don't believe in a hierarchy in culture, right? Low and high, it's the same girl for me, honey. You still put one leg through each pair of knickers. It's the same girl. So anyway, so I just don't really, so I don't really look, creativity is creativity. So I've just been documenting my life. And so we're displaying that. At the Tate, darling. I'm taking it out of the photo album at home, and it's going to be displayed at the Tate.
Oh, yeah, ready.
Yeah,
That's happening tomorrow. I'm going to come.
From the South Side to the Tate.
We're going to play some music now from you.
Oh, great.
And Bree Runway. I love Bree.
Bree and me.
Yes.
Bree and me.
Bree.
That's a great show. Bree
and me. Coming soon to BBC
Coming
One.
soon by Pixar. We need to bring Pixar back. Bree and me.
The new
Brie and
Pixar
Dijon.
movie. Brie and Dijon.
Yeah,
on
I don't know if
Pixar.
you should mix that on a sandwich. I don't know Brie and that's a little dicey, but Brie and me.
Brie and me.
Yeah, it's called
tell us
Slight
about working with
Work,
Brie.
and she performed it live at Homo Block. I did Homo Block in December, and the kids went up. It was fabulous, and she's such a great personality, and we get on like a house on fire.
Yeah, she's special.
Like, you know, she's a special chicken.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's play this. This is
Slight Work.
Yeah, new stuff from Honey and Brie Runway,
Brie
taken
Runway.
from the brand new album from Honey Dijon, The Nightlife, going to be with us on April the 17th.
April the 17th, a week after my mom's birthday.
Oh,
It's an
yes.
Aries record.
It's an Aries record.
Get into
Get
it.
it in your diaries now.
Put it in your Google Calendar, honey, that alert a day before.
Honey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.